Hello, friends. How are you? Happy Tuesday, I guess. I mentioned yesterday that I got to spend some time in here at the shop. So, some time in the shop this weekend. Whatever. And I wanted to share something about that with you. And so I'm going to play a video while I talk. And maybe I've never done this before. I don't know. But we're going to attempt this format. This video is, it looks like a man cleaning his garage, right? And that's kind of what's happening here. What you're watching is me put away things and organize things and get things situated. But what's really happening in this video is something completely different. This is me fighting with myself, struggling to overcome a challenge so that I can take on the next project. We've talked about this a lot, that I fail when there's barriers that I haven't anticipated or that I'm not ready for. Those barriers cause me to just lose all focus, lose all hope of finishing a project or sometimes even starting a project. And it's a very serious problem that I've fought my entire life. And it's not, I don't have a diagnosis for it. It's probably is something, I don't know what that is, but I have to remove barriers from my life in order to be able to get things done. It's the reason why this show has been nothing, not edited, nothing for the last 10 years, is because if I had to do that stuff every day, it wouldn't get done. It would just be this barrier, this heavy weight that I carry. And so I've streamlined everything that I can in a way that makes it so that I can achieve something quickly and I don't have to stress about the getting started part. When I was, I've ridden a motorcycle since I was a teenager. And for a long time, my motorcycle would be something that I would do for fun, and I would not treat it like a everyday ride because the process of getting it out, getting it started, getting the choke set, unchoking it, getting the helmet on, getting the gloves on, getting the jacket on, like the whole process of getting ready to ride that bike became such a burden in my mind that it was often just like, I just need to go to the store to get some, I'll just take the car. And I would just take the car. And I was like that for most of my life, honestly. And then one year, I had my car broke, my car failed in the spring, and I didn't have it at all. And so my only option was to ride my bike. And so for about 8 to 9 months that year, the bike was the only form of transportation I had, which meant I had to get it done. I had to put on the helmet. I had to put, every day, I had to prep. I had to say, all right, I need to leave in 10 minutes. I'm going to go start getting ready in 5 minutes. And then that gives me time to get everything suited up, get it on the bike, get everything running and ready and checked and fluids and whatever, and then we can go. And what happened over those 8 to 9 months is suddenly all those little barriers that built up in my head and became this super huge like struggle to get through just to do the thing that I enjoy doing, those barriers all broke down. And I realized that I was making a mountain out of a molehill. I was treating that simple act of getting ready like some ginormous thing that caused me not to ride my bike as much as I wanted. And so I would take the car. This video is that same thing. This video is, I have a project already going on, already underway, taking up all of the surfaces of my shop. And I need to finish that project, but I have another project that I need to start and finish in like a week and a half. And so there's no time. I cannot finish this first project. I have to put it away and pull out the next project. And so what you're actually seeing here is this huge internal struggle to do that, to go through with that huge, ginormous in my head, remember this is all in my head, ginormous road bump that's in my way to start the next project. I have to clear that off before I can start the next project. And that's what this video really is. Yeah, I'm putting the shop away. Yeah, honestly, when I get it done and everything is back in its place and I'm ready to work, I breathe a little easier and go, oh, it's so nice. I can reach, I know exactly where the next clamp is. I know exactly what drawer this is in or what drawers that's in. It does feel good, but my brain doesn't work like that. My brain sees this as this massive, massive obstacle that's in my way, and I need to, often it causes me to just not do the project. Like I'll just say I can't do it because the shop is a mess. instead of saying, yeah, I can just clean the shop. When my wife first started coming into my life, she had mentioned coming to my house, and I said, yeah, you could come to my house, but I got to warn you, my house is a disaster. At that time, my ex and I were not maintaining this house at all. In fact, we were doing damage to the house basically, and the house was a gross, disgusting, like, it was horrible. It was horrific. And I told her that, and she said, why don't you clean it? And my only response was, oh, I don't know. It was like she hit me with a lightning bolt and said, well, the simple answer is to clean it. And it just never occurred to me. Like, and I don't know how to explain that to people, because logically, just clean it is the dumbest answer. Like, yes, duh. If you're unhappy with it, clean it. That's what you do when it needs cleaned. But at that time in my life, I never made that connection. Like, instead, I would just come home and I would go to the one corner of the house that was clean, and that's where I spent all my time. And it didn't make sense. I just never registered. What you're watching here is that same situation. I have to clean the shop. I just have to do it. I have to go through with the motion. And I am really struggling in this video. This is like the thing I really do not want to do. But I have to do it because I have to start the next project. This isn't just a simple cleaning video. It's a putting myself on a path to show up, to keep showing up. Because showing up is the most important part. And if all I did this day was come down here and put things away and get it ready to start the project, that's great. I've overcome that demon. That's a huge project of its own. Again, in my head, that's a huge project of its own. I did it. It's clean. I can start on the next project. That's what we're going to do tomorrow, I think. Hopefully this video doesn't end with just well, I didn't get it done. The video is shot for tomorrow. I have to do another voiceover like this, and we'll come back, and hopefully you'll get to see the project that I built as a result of this cleanup. And yeah. That's all I got. Thank you for watching that. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being my friends and letting me know that I can do these sorts of things, that I can overcome these demons, because you've been an instrumental part of this growth over these last 10 years. I really appreciate that. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Like the video if you haven't done so, and if you aren't subscribed, please do so. I very, very much appreciate it. I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We are learning 10 things you must give up to move forward. Number 8, making excuses rather than decisions. Life is a continuous exercise in creative problem solving. A mistake doesn't become a failure until you refuse to correct it. Thus, most long-term failures are the outcome of people who make excuses instead of decisions. I think that's exactly what I was doing. I was making an excuse about not starting this project because the shop was a mess. The decision was clean the shop. That simple.